This Week in Gaming! Welcome in, everybody. It's April 13th, 2026. Today we're going to be talking about a very spacey episode of This Week in Gaming. I guess it's not that spacey. There's a little bit of space stuff involved. It's been a spacey week, though, with Project Hail Mary and then the Artemis mission, like, back to back. Like, holy cow. Like, it's really got me looking up at the stars. Look at that. Kieran's talking about space, too, and he's got the NASA badge. I got one of those, too. I got one of those bad boys. Let's see if it'll show up. NASA! Yeah, there it is. There's my NASA badge. I am a NASA nerd. Haha. Well, too bad you're British. You guys don't have your own British NASA, so suck it. USA, USA! I don't know why I did a fist like a Black Power. USA! I'm a NASA nerd. We do, but we don't launch shit. Okay, that's really cool. That's like me saying I have a video game business, but I don't ever make any games. Oh shit, wait. Right. Parzival's just happy because we sent a Canadian up there with our astronauts. It was like a Make-A-Wish kid. Yikes. USA, USA, back-to-back World War champions! Alright, anyways, moving on. To some wins and fails. We got Slipping Sales, Nasty Numbers, Cheated Champ, Super Space, and Lost Loan. Shut the fuck up. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to piss off the country with the second best hockey team. Anyways, moving on. Space. Fail. Marathon continues to slip. So our first fail is going to Marathon, whose player count has now fallen below Hunt Showdown, a game developed by Double A studio Crytek. Despite having a significantly larger budget and one of the largest publishers, Bungie's AAA shooter is now failing to be a 12-year-old live service game. I don't care, Space. Ayo. Sony spent $250 million on development, $50 to $100 million on advertisements, and live services the cost to keep the live service going could be between $40 to $80 million a year. This means, if you do the math on this, they would need to sell 12 to 15 million copies just to break even. They have sold 1.2. They've sold 10% of that. Dude, I know I said it was dire last week. I know I said it was dire. Like, the more the numbers come out, the more I realize, like, dude, Bungie's gonna get shut down. Like, holy shit, dude. Let's see if it's still the same. So when I took these screenshots, there were more people technically playing Marathon at that particular time, but in the peak of when I took this screenshot, Hunt Showdown had a higher peak of 36,000 compared to the 28,000 with Marathon, which is just actually insane. Hunt Showdown player count. Alright, so here we have Marathon, 16,000 people playing right now, 25,000 peak. Then we have Hunt Showdown. Oh my fucking gosh, dude. 4,000 more people playing at this exact moment, with a 31,000 peak and a 25,000 peak for Marathon. Like, that's just bad. That's so bad, dude. Dude, this game came out in 2014. This game came out so long ago. I should play it again. Hunt Showdown was actually pretty sick. Good lord. Hunt Showdown was so early to the extraction shooter genre, too. That's just crazy. We're talking, like, it would be fine. It would be fine if they both spent the same amount of money on the game. The thing is, they spent hundreds of millions of dollars on Marathon. What about TF2? What about TF2? That game's dead. What? You want me to check the player counts on TF2? Well, there's like probably... Honestly, there's probably a lot of people still playing it, even though the game's literally dead and they're never going to update it again. Yeah, 50,000 people playing it is actually insane. 50,000 people playing an absolutely dead game. That's so crazy. And they hit their peak 2.8 years ago? I would have said they hit their peak in like 2012. I'm surprised that they hit their peak here. They had an update 2 years ago? That's crazy. Is that the last time they ever updated it? July 2023? And then... What the fuck is August 2019? The Great Depression of 2019? What? I have a POV dead game, and it's literally like double marathon. TF2, one of the most and like the pinnacle of what I would call a dead game is double. It's 2 marathons. That is very funny. And to be honest, I'm actually surprised Hunt Showdown is still running. They must just have very little overhead. All right, let's move on to a win. Let's give someone a win. Enough talking about Marathon. We already know that they're going bankrupt. The win goes to Crimson Desert, who's had a generational turnaround. And they have had insane player count numbers. American players have logged a ludicrous amount of time in a Crimson Desert. Xbox players have averaged 20 hours a week, with PlayStation users at 22. This is average mean, so like it's being skewed by like some people who are playing like hundreds of hours a week. Or if is it even how many hours are in a week? I think it's like 100 and like something. Is that music you hear? Yes, there is music. And despite launching with mixed reviews, the users this game retained have put some seriously large amounts of time into it. That should come as no surprise, as the devs have promised over 200 hours of content. And it just seems like, you know, there are some people that played it and like immediately dropped it, and there are other people who played it and then just like went fucking like feral for it. It's really interesting because it seems like there's no like in the middle. It's either you don't like the game and you don't want to play it at all, or you really like it and you put 100 hours a week into it. And I found this video, which I thought was really cool. This shows all the different things you could do in the game.
Every feature in Crimson Desert in under 1 minute. Horse riding, bear riding, mech mounts, dragon riding, or just jump off the world and glide. Combat has the usual swords and hammers, but also wrestling moves, elemental attacks, guns, hand cannons, and you can even steal unique abilities and gear from the bosses you defeat. The environment is destructible, so smash everything. Seamless
That's
open
really
world
cool.
covering 5 separate regions, countless factions and kingdoms, with the biggest draw distance I've ever seen. Minigames like arm wrestling and fight clubs, a crime system with jail time, plus a faction reputation system, loot galore with the ability to dye your armor, floating islands with puzzles and story sections. Oh my god, this game has everything. But wait, there's more. A myriad of movement options, including grappling hooks and insane
Holy
jumping
shit.
skills.
Yeah, right?
One protagonist, but you can switch to 2
I'm
other
actually kinda
unique
curious
characters for side
how
content.
people thought this
Some
game was
kind of
bad.
worker system where you can send them on jobs or to war, base building with deep customization, an economy system, and of course, fishing, because why not? Subscribe for more Crimson Desert content.
And that's like not even all of it. There's this funny thing I've been seeing where like anytime you drop items, an NPC walking by will just scoop it up. Like, and I've seen people do hilarious things. Some guy knocked a tree down and he put it on a bridge. So it's like kind of an incline. You have to walk up it. And he put an item at the end of it. And NPCs kept walking across the bridge and going, oh, item. And they would try to go and run and pick it up. And they'd fall off the bridge and die. And I was like, that's hilarious. Fishing equals game of the year. There you go. It's very cool. I think that this game is probably underrated. Based on what I've seen, but then again, I still haven't played it, so I wouldn't be able to say for certain. But seems like a lot of people like it. I will say that. All right, moving on to a fail, which goes to Pokemon for their championship scandal. Have you guys heard about this? This is not a news story. A lot of people have been talking about this. Winner of the 2026 Pokemon Go Orlando Regional Championships, known as Firestar 73, was recently banned for celebrating his victory. I guess maybe banned isn't the right word. I would say he was disqualified for celebrating his victory. And not for doing anything obscene, but rather for pumping his fist and smiling. The judges stripped him of his victory, claiming it was unsportsmanlike. While the actual reason is not certain, it may have been because he threw down his headphones too quickly. So he kind of threw his headphones down and went, whoa! So I guess if you throw your headphones, you get disqualified. The backlash was immediate, by the way, with some conspiracy theorists even going as far as to say that the judge stripped him of his W because they were gambling on the match. People think that there was some sports betting going on and the judges were involved. And honestly, in this day and age, It's not even surprising. I could very much see that. Imagine that Valorant in a Valorant. I know, right? No, trust me. We'll get into that. We'll talk about this a little bit more. I got some clips for you guys.
And just like that, he's done it. The regional champion. What a performance. All he has to do now is remain completely still. No celebration, no emotion, just composure. This is standard protocol, folks. One smile and it's over. You can see it in his eyes. He wants to smile so bad. Stay calm, stay calm. Oh no, he smiled. And that's it. It's a disqualification from the judges.
And I'm gonna be honest, that's not far off from what actually happened. That's not even far off.
And just like that, he's done it.
Can we get out of this? The button doesn't work. Hold on. Hang on. I wanna just prove like I'm not crazy. Look, I'm clicking on the button. It doesn't let me out. Okay. Hit escape. All right. Anyways, yeah. Here's the actual clip of it happening.
Arrived in the loose bracket, but now on his 11th one, he is the first-time champion for himself and your 2026 Orlando champion.
Incredible series.
His
from
lip is
Firestar,
literally
pulling
quivering.
out
He's
all
like
the
so
stops,
happy.
All the Pokemon taking us to a
That was it.
game.
That was it, by the
5.
way. You didn't miss it. That was what got him disqualified. That was it. He even shook the guy's hand.
Bracket, but now on his 11th one, he is the first-time champion for himself and your 2026 Orlando champion.
Incredible series from Firestar, pulling out all the stops, all the Pokemon taking us to a decisive Game 5. Could not have asked for anything else in that Grand Finals. Huge congratulations to Firestar. His best ever finish before.
It's crazy, too, that they banned one of the only people that I could imagine on this fucking planet that would be this excited about winning a Pokemon match. Dude's quivering. You know what I mean? Like, if I won a Pokemon match, I'd be like, cool. All right. I guess I'll go home and get some Taco Bell or something. I don't know. I couldn't even imagine being this excited. Because who fucking, like, honestly, it's Pokemon. That was this guy's life goal right there. I know, and he lost. He was stripped of his win for this. They didn't reverse it, by the way. It's still he still lost. It's also just regional. This is just the Orlando region. I don't even know if this is like the national or like the international. I think this is just for like Florida. It's not even like an international W. So that's what happened there. I wanted to show you what a real tournament for a real esports looks like when a team wins. Just for comparison. They're playing for like $1 million or like $2 million, by the way.
5 alive! 5 souls! 1 common goal! They have Kalamitsa! Vitality! Revitalized! A decade-long
He's standing on the table!
Realized for Dan Manisclair! The Katowice!
Oh, disqualified!
Is the talisman! 3 finals, 2 trophies.
Oh my gosh. But look how energetic the crowd is. Like, people love
They're
it.
full of life.
They're
To the
full of
victor,
life.
Go the spoils of the Spodek! Vitality!
Oh my gosh. The pyrotechnics is insane. Kind of a stark difference, I will say. On one end, you get banned if you smile. On the other end, it's like, it's expected that you're going to stand on the table and go fucking Insano style. That motherfucker smiled, finished him. Nintendo, do your thing. Execute Order 66. Oh no. Whew, so I just saw that and I just like, that immediately made me laugh because of the juxtaposition. So the band player did reply. So we're not sure where this is going yet. It's still a developing story, but Firestar 73, he literally made it his profile picture. He says, hello everyone, I'm incredibly thankful for the support directed my way. I have a direct amount of my experiences releasing soon in an interview, which I will link when it's out. For the moment, please use the support link if you disagree with the ruling as well. Love y'all. So it sounds like he's pretty pissed, and, you know, rightfully so. I kind of understand. By the way, I know my webcam's getting really dark. For whatever reason, it's been sunny like all week, and now it's not. I actually rely on like my window over here. I rely on my window for light where my cat's sitting, and it's not very light outside. It's hard to tell, but it's actually really overcast. So, unfortunately, my green screen is starting to fall apart behind me. Just for the people in the VOD watching to know that I'm a professional streamer who uses the natural light. I need to just buy some clamp lights. Yikes. I need to just actually go out and buy some lights. I can increase the exposure, but when it gets too high, it gets like really wavy like this. Professional streamer. Yeah. Let me just check real quick to see if there's any sort of update. Let me see. Has he made another statement yet? Wait, it says he hasn't posted? What? What, did he delete all of his posts? Okay, he has a YouTube channel. Alright. I have no idea. Yeah, I guess he hasn't made a statement yet. But anyways, moving on. That is probably our biggest fail of the week. But I think we have another win. Oh yeah, we do have another win. Let's take a look at some star stuff. Win goes to Starfield for their huge update. Starfield just got its biggest free update in over a year. Free Lanes, or it's called the Free Lanes update. This launches alongside a paid Terran Armada DLC and the PS5 launch. So the biggest change is space travel, the ability to actually fly between planets instead of just fast traveling, and the story DLC also includes over a dozen new hours of content. While this update is in the right direction, reviews are still mixed. You cucked us, asshole. What do you mean I cucked us? This is the biggest space story that happened this week. No one cares about this shit. Give us the actual cool space stuff. All the cool space stuff happened last week. Remember, we literally streamed it. We had the Artemis. Okay. I do have something that did happen this week. Hang on. I have some actually good space news. We have some heroes that splashed down this week. This did happen. This happened a couple days ago. I forgot. I should have probably included this. I guess it's not technically gaming news, but it's incredible. They are back. They are back on the planet Earth. They were gone for what, like a week? Actually insane when you think about it, that people can literally leave the planet and then come back safe and sound. They are hopefully never, ever, ever in their life going to have to pay for a single drink at a bar. Hopefully they will get one for free by anybody in that bar. If I ever see an astronaut, I am buying them a drink. What a bunch of heroes. Like, it's actually so cool. Here's another image. What? Oh, come on. Here's another image. They have, oh, I can actually show you the video. The video is even cooler. With the, you can see they have like a dozen parachutes. Here, let's take a look at this.
And we have confirmation of crew module, service module separation.
Why is it literally 480p?
And we have crossed the threshold, now entering the Earth's atmosphere.
Okay, here we go. So
Main
here's
chute deploy.
Oh, wait, these are the main chutes. I want to show you like all the different parachute like stages they have. Apparently, so it's not like Kerbal Space Program where you just have one parachute and it takes you all the way down. They have parachutes and they like break away like throughout every
Passing
stage.
through 10,000 feet, still on drugs.
Still on drugs? What? I'm sorry? Okay, so see, they broke away and then new ones come out. Isn't that sick? These are the main ones. So I think at different altitudes they have like different
5,000 feet.
Strength parachutes or something. Not sure how it works, but
Search and recovery beacon has been activated.
I watched a flat earther cry at this shit. That was the highlight of my year.
And we have 3 good main shoots.
Dude, honestly, you have to be so
Good
fucking stupid to be a
good
flat
rifing,
earther.
good
Like it's
discovery.
I kind of thought it was silly at first, but now I'm like actually realizing like these people are brain damaged. It's like actually crazy. Like you have to go through so many hoops of logic to believe in this
Splashdown
failed
confirmed.
version of reality.
Splashdown, waiting on VLDR.
Like they
Splashdown
literally
confirmed at
believe that we live on a
7:07
flat
PM Central
disk
Time,
that's just
5:07
floating in
PM
space.
Pacific Time.
Yeah, you have drug
From the
shoots, then
pages
you have
of
primary
Jules Verne
shoots
to a modern-day mission to the moon, a new
drug
chapter
shoots
of the
that are like
exploration of
8x
our
bigger and slow it
celestial neighbor
down.
is complete.
07, I watched it live.
Integrity's astronauts
I think
back on Earth.
I was busy doing something, but I did want to watch it, and I forgot to check it out. But yeah, that's so cool. I'm so happy for them.
And as there are mission.
Well,
Do they ever give like an interview or anything like, hell yeah, we made it? Or something? I don't know.
and the first
I don't know what I would say, but that was cool. Anyways, back to the video game space stuff. We have the huge Starfield update. It's not really doing well, but I think it's a step in the right direction. Here, let's take a look. It's actually it's less poorly reviewed than the last DLC that they made, so that's something. Starfield can suck my balls. Welcome to the Free Lanes update. Cruise through space. Really travel between the planets. Set a course with autopilot. Take more time on your ship.
I did work in a morgue once, but I don't consider it a job
new
so much as a
character?
lifelong passion.
Who the fuck is she?
Good
It's some of
talk.
the shipped optimization terminal. Oh, that's kind of sick. You go invisible. Yeah, they have like a new X-Tech thing to re-roll legendary skins and effects. So they have like a new modding system where you can like customize weapons more. I actually like the weapons in Starfield. This shit hurts to watch. I actually don't even think it's that bad.
The more
Make
you will
yourself
need
at
to
home.
rely on your
Oh yeah, they
own
added a new
outposts.
house. Make Asteroid Manor your own. You can live in an asteroid. That's cool. Oh, you can have a little pet. Wait, that's huge. Wait, you can take items through your New Game Plus runs now. I kind of want to play it again. I'm not gonna lie. I do want to play. I've been wanting to get back into Starfield. Do another run. I think it's cool. I don't have a problem with this at all. I think it's good that they're actually still sticking with it and trying to improve it. I think being able to fly between planets, while something that should have been there to begin with, is a good step in the right direction. I think I'll only play it again on stream so I can complain about it live. I don't even think I don't know. I liked Starfield. I didn't think it was a bad game. Damn game pissed me off. I don't see why. It was an okay game. It wasn't like amazing, but it also wasn't like bad. I liked the vibe. I think the weapons were a little bit bad. Like the feel of the weapons was really good, but the design didn't really make a lot of sense. A lot of people were pointing out like certain guns wouldn't work in space. Stupid fucking dog shit game. Gosh. All right, fair enough. Anyways, I think it'd be really fun to just like blow ships up and like board them. I remember you used to be able to do that. Anyways, moving on to our fail, which goes to Japanese studio losing their funds. Developers for Shibuya Scramble Stories are scrambling. It's actually so funny because I wrote this at 1 a.m. last night and I just realized I didn't mean to do that pun. The scrambling. I didn't even realize I did that. Developers for Shibuya Scramble Stories are scrambling to secure funding after half of their money was lost. Despite earning $340,000 on crowdfunding site UbGo, which is like a Japanese crowdfunding site, 170,000 of that was reportedly lost by the site after they accidentally sent it to the wrong client. Fans are skeptical, however, as a mistake like this would likely be easily reversed. When you make a wire for a large amount of money, you can reverse that through a bank. Like it's not like that money's in the fucking void. It's not like a cryptocurrency. It's pretty easy to reverse funds in a global banking system. Now developers Skeleton Crew Studio must enter a legal battle with the site to receive the full amount. Luckily, the game has received financial support from Tokyo Land Corporation and is safe for now, but it's not. I mean, this is the last thing you want, right? You've already gone through the trouble of getting all the funds through a crowdfunding site, and then the crowdfunding site's not sending you the money. And that sucks, especially when you need it to make the fucking game. Here's a couple of images from their website. So like the story is still coming soon. It's very early. And it's being developed by someone named Jiro Ishii. I don't know if he's like a well-known developer or something. This is a what do you call it? It's like one of those. It's like what the fuck is that genre? It's like a visual novel kind of game. So not really my cup of tea. But you know what? It still sucks to lose all of your money that you've earned fair and square just because some site just doesn't want to give it to you. And I would tell you what UbGo or UbGoo is like, but I went to their website. It's all Japanese, and I can't read any of it. So I have no idea. Moving on to Valve. This is our first story of the day, leading into AI. Hang on, music. Data miners have reportedly leaked an internal Valve AI tool dubbed SteamGPT. This tool apparently would be used to automate Steam support requests and Counter-Strike's anti-cheat system. Automating support systems is a common pivot for many tech companies and makes sense for a company like Valve, which notoriously has very few employees. And if we move on to the other end, the other prong of this AI, it's the AI anti-cheat is particularly concerning. The code references values such as get trust score internal, CS bot, player evaluation, and SteamGPT render farm. This indicates that the AI would be evaluating player behavior. This level of inspection could be quite invasive, requiring key mouse inputs and system level access. This looks bad. It's not looking great. There's also a high likelihood of false positives, as AI used for crime fighting has often led to the arrest of innocent people. I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but there was a woman in like Kentucky who got arrested in Minnesota, which is on the other side of the fucking country, because of an AI that said that she had done bank fraud, which she hadn't. And she was arrested for about 9 months. She lost her apartment, she lost her dog, she lost all of her money before they realized they had the wrong person, let her go. But they didn't even take her back to her fucking home. They let her go in the middle of winter in Minnesota, which if you don't know is like next to Canada and very fucking cold. So she was just homeless in the freezing snow for something she did not do. What's up, Stefan? How are you doing? So it's kind of concerning, like the idea that AI is going to be accurately banning people. I just don't see that happening. Another concern is that this would lead to an arms race between Valve and cheaters as their cheats get more sophisticated. And this is a very common thing, especially in like cybersecurity. It's just like literally an arms race every time you patch some sort of exploit, or if you try to like fix some sort of some sort of scam, people will just find new ways around it. And then you have to make a new fix. And if we go down this road, it's just going to get more and more invasive. So that's the concern. But I mean, I also think that the cheating problem is a huge one in Steam or in Counter-Strike. And like, I don't know. It kind of comes down to like how much you're willing to give up in terms of privacy. So I guess we'll see how it's implemented and what it does. It could be good, it could be bad. I don't know. I've been slowly working on a SEB server. You mean a web server? Just got done waking up and taking a poo. Let's go, Stefan. Big W in the morning. That's the best. You know, I always say your mornings are best started off with a win. And, you know, you've done that today, Stefan. Web server. Yeah, that's what I thought. Moving on to the Mass Effect rewrites. Peter Friedlander, the new head of global TV at Amazon as of October, has reportedly requested script rewrites of the new Mass Effect show to be more appealing to non-gamers. Here we go again. The blowback was instant, with people pointing out how well received the Fallout shows was due to it being faithful to the source. The games already have an amazing story that translates well to live action. One Steelman argument is that the story is quite complicated and may need to be Netflixified to target a less intelligent audience. That is a possibility. I mean, if you want to reach the masses, you know, Mass Effect may be too fucking complicated for their little dumb brains while they're scrolling TikTok and not fucking watching it. So I don't know. Maybe that's who they're making this show for. But I mean, we've seen this time and time again. Like the Halo creator saying, like, we didn't even play the games. We don't like the games. We want to make something completely unique. And then they made the worst fucking stinker in the world. Like, they made like one of the worst TV shows ever of all time. And then they were like, I don't know how that happened. Every time they go away from the source material, it always sucks. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully the changes aren't too sudden. And it's also funny that this dude literally just got the fucking job and he's like, I'm gonna start just changing things. What if we made this for like, what if instead of making a gritty, realistic sci-fi shooter based on Mass Effect, what if we called it Mass Effect, but we made it a love story? And what if the love story was like PG? And what if we had Big Chungus in it? And what if we added what else do the kids like? What if we added that funny lizard from Hoppers? Like, what if we add Fortnite to it? Like, dude, I swear these executives are so out of touch and just like perfectly imperfect for the job. Like, they're the worst people that you could have in charge. As long as they keep the booty from the original trilogy, it'll be a success. It's gonna be unwatchable. I hope not. I mean, yeah, this is just a report from an internal source that's just like claiming a certain thing. We don't know what the changes actually are. Could be really minor and it's just being blown out of proportion. Like, maybe it's just like, hey, like, this particular story beat is difficult for people who haven't seen Mass Effect or played the games to understand. It's like relying on you to have played the games to get it. Maybe we want to explain it a little bit more. That could be reasonable. I don't know. That's like my best Steelman. But just the idea of it being appealing to non-gamers is like probably the wrong direction. Especially, it's so funny to me that these movie studios and like TV studios and like all these people working on those properties still think there's a world where the gaming population is this niche that if they go after them, they'll have a smaller market share than if they go after this imaginary non-gamer majority. When the reality is, gaming has superseded all movies, all TV shows, all music, all books, combined double triple X. Like, gaming is so much bigger than whatever show that they're going to make. Gaming makes a lot more money. All the Mass Effect like games that this is based on have made more money than this will ever make. So the idea that they have to capture this broader audience that's outside of this thing that's smaller and beneath them is just so ludicrous and so mismanaged, so incorrect. It's an incorrect evaluation on what they think that they're going to create. Because the reality is, if they even capture half of what the Mass Effect audience wants, or if they even capture like 75% of the people that played Mass Effect, then they're going to have a bigger show than any other show. You know what I mean? It's just gaming dwarfs TV, and it's just silly that we're still in a world where people think that it doesn't. Movies are literally old media. It's like news organizations saying that we need to make news more appealing to non-YouTube like watchers. It's like, dog, there's like 100x more people watching YouTube than your fucking news organization. Like, what are we talking about? Oh, right, that crisis. Old people, am I right? It's just silly. It's silly seeing old media not realize and not catch up with the times and realize that they're becoming like inadequate and irrelevant. They don't see it yet. Like, they're already a dead franchise. They're already a dead medium. It's just silly. It's so silly. Moving on. That's my rant for the day. I think that's all we have. Oh, no, we have one more thing. Disney's extraction shooter. A Bloomberg report citing former and current Epic Games employees states that a new Disney extraction shooters, like Arc Raiders, is planned for release this November. This comes after reports of the two companies collaborating more closely, and this will be the first of 3 games as part of their $1.5 billion agreement. However, internal testers have criticized the game for not being very original. This is an interesting project, as extraction shooters are notoriously difficult to successfully make, and a weird choice for a Disney game. Yeah, what the fuck? No. Like, who's like, yeah, Mickey Mouse with an AK-47 trying to loot some fucking old cans of beans and get out with the loot. Like, let's make that. What are we doing? What are we talking about? Oh, it's so silly. I'm gonna play as the fucking lizard guy from Hoppers trying to kill Princess what's the one from Frozen? Princess Elsa. I'm gonna AK-47 her in the fucking head. Like, this does not seem like the right genre. It really doesn't. I feel like they could have made like a oh, they already made that. They made Disney Dreamlight Cavern or Valley or whatever the fuck that game's called. I was gonna say they could make like an Animal Crossing type game, and that would make more sense for the audience, but they already did that. Mickey with the M16. I know, it's actually kind of crazy. But who knows? I'm sure he's not gonna have an actual gun. It'll probably be like something like more whimsical, like they're fucking running around with paintball guns or something, right? Like something child friendly. But it's still like, no matter how they do it, a Disney shooter and a Disney extraction shooter, let alone, is so weird. Such a, I don't know. I don't see this working. There was rumors that Disney could buy Epic. Heck, pretty far-fetched. We already talked about that last week. There are plans for Disney to buy Epic, but right now there's internal I wouldn't say struggles, but they're internally unsure. Like, there's different, what the fuck? The sun just came out and then all of a sudden my green screen lit up. Can the sun stop fucking up my white balance, please? Oh my goodness. Okay, well now I'm yellow. Oh my gosh. Well, that didn't fix it. Anyways, oh, I know what I need to do. I need to lower the exposure. There we go. That fixed it. Anyways, sorry. It's weird. But I could really see Disney buying Epic Games. They kind of don't want to. Some of the leadership don't want to. Others do. There are some people talking about building Fortnite parks at Disneyland, and there's also, like, obviously, you know, Disney's a media company and Epic Games is one of the largest video game publishers and developers. So it would make a lot of sense for them to, pick up this huge foothold that they don't have in the video game space. And like I said, we're talking about an industry that dwarfs anything that Disney makes. Disney not making games is actually a huge L for them, because gaming is significantly larger than movies and TV shows and even amusement parks. Like, they would make more money in the gaming industry than they would making movies. Unreal Engine fans would be weeping. I know, it would be chaos. It would be super bad. But it also makes a lot of sense because they use Unreal Engine for filmmaking. It's a huge tool for filmmakers now, especially with like The Mandalorian, which is a Disney property. It was the one that kicked off this usage of Unreal Engine for filmmaking. So it actually makes, like, the more you break it down, it makes a lot of sense that Disney would be interested in buying Epic Games, especially because Fortnite is a historically very child-friendly brand. Even though you're running around with like AK-47s shooting each other, like, it's very child-friendly. It does make a lot of sense. I really could see it happening. It seems like they're actually just waiting for the best time to do so. So, like, the cheapest time to scoop it up. And the other issue, the other hurdle that they would have to... There's two more. The other two hurdles, and we talked about this last week, but I'll just bring it up again. The two hurdles are their shitty CEO, Tim Sweeney, who likes to fire people so he can buy more land in North Carolina. He's very attached to Epic Games, and he doesn't seem to want to let it go. And two is, if Disney did buy the majority of Epic Games, they would still have to contend with Tencent, which owns about 40%. So they would still, like, they would never fully own it. They would always have Tencent that they're somewhat beholden to, which is, it may be good, maybe bad. I think overall I would prefer not to have any sort of connection to Tencent, but that's just me. Anyways, that is all we have for this week. We're going into our final slide, and that's because we didn't have anybody show off anything that they were working on, so we don't have any community highlights. So we'll just go into our community time, and our moral of the story today is stay true to your style. And I have a quote from Walt Disney, of all people: "The more you like yourself, the less you are like anyone else," which makes you unique. Sorry, I fucking butchered that, but I thought this was relevant to the story today because why? Wait, why did I think this? Oh yeah, just like I thought it was relevant with Crimson Desert, because they have this unique style. Like, they made a really gritty, like, very in-depth RPG that's clearly not for everybody, but they're sticking with it, and it seems to be paying off. Like, they're gaining a lot of favor with certain gamers. Also, Firestar for being resilient, staying true to what he believes in. He clearly does not believe he did anything wrong, and he's going to fight this, at least in the court of public opinion. With Starfield for not giving up, or Bethesda rather, for not giving up on Starfield and continuing to produce and make this game. And on the other side of the coin, we have Mass Effect rewriting to be for non-gamers. It's the complete opposite, where they're not staying true to the original style. They're trying to be something that they're not. And we all know how that's going to end. So overall, I think that if you have a style, even if it's not for everybody else, I would stick with it. Like, just make things for yourself. Because if there's something that you like, then there's certain to be someone else who likes it. You're not the only person that's gonna like a certain thing. That just never happens. People generally like things that are good. And good's subjective, but if one person thinks something's good, then there's gonna be a lot of others that do as well. Tim Weenie wins either way. That's true. He's always going to be rich. He's a literal billionaire who never has to worry about, being with someone who, being with terminal cancer and like losing your house and like your wife going bankrupt because you were fired from Epic Games. Like, he'll never have to worry about that. He'll never have to worry about all the employees that lost their healthcare when he fired them. Even if he didn't have Epic Games, he will always have money. He will never not have money. So that's good. I'm glad that Tim Sweeney's going to be okay. I'm going to try Crimson Desert when it's on sale for use $20. Maybe next winter sale, Keck. It would be cool to get that game for $20. I don't see it going on sale that cheap anytime soon. I could see like $40. I don't see $20 in the next year. But yeah, I do kind of want to play it. It would be fun. I just don't have time. I'm doing a lot of game dev. Doing a lot of game development, as you can oh my gosh, hiccups, as you can see. Anyways, that's all we have for the gaming news today. We'll have some more next week for you guys, and hopefully some more stories. Anyways, that's all we have. Goodbye, YouTube. Everyone say goodbye to YouTube. I'll give you guys a few seconds to say, you know, the lovely words that you want to say to the people watching the VOD, because I know bye. Oh wow, it was actually polite. I was expecting bye. Imagine doing game dev. I was expecting someone to say something rude, but that's all. Bye, YouTube.